Welcome everyone to Endgame Finance. Today I want to catch up on Rivian. For the last month. There has been a lot of exciting news. I want to go over a few bullet points, just a few major announcements the company has made. And I'm still very long on this stock. I'm still adding shares little by little every month. I'm very confident in the management overall. And I see this company hitting, if you're patient, this company has the potential for huge returns. So I will talk to you guys about that today, how you have to be patient, especially for one more year. They will be slashing thousands and thousands of dollars in costs, in materials the next year, and they will have to pause their production line, I believe twice, once in the second quarter and actually might spill over into the third quarter. However, their production will be limited, I'm assuming, to around 85,000 units next year. And that's mostly that is because of these production lines that will be halted for part upgrades. Now we have this news. Rivian has won 2024 Best Luxury Brand winner. This is really good for the company because they're establishing themselves as a premium luxury brand, and premium brands demand a premium pricing on their products. So I see this as extremely positive for the company. They are fairly new, so it's very impressive that they actually reached this status so quickly and without actually having that much command of the market overall. Their brand was just so well marketed and their products are so well produced that they created this luxury brand just out of pretty much nothing except dedication and hard work. So this is pretty impressive. This will translate well over into R2. Now, what I want to mention real quick about R2, what I'm really excited is, now R1 was a luxury brand, it was a premium brand, so it was mostly being bought by people who actually are not really interest rate sensitive. So they bought these vehicles primarily in cash, or they financed it and they don't really have problem paying it off regardless what the interest rate is. However, next year interest rate is poised to come down three times, so close to 1%. And then in 2026, we'll probably have another point or two interest rate cut. And this is really good for Rivian because in 2026, R2 platform is coming online. Now, the R2 platform will primarily be bought by people who are very, very sensitive to the interest rate, because interest rate determines how much they will be paying every single month. If the interest rate is higher, they will be paying more. If it's lower, they will be paying less. So in 2026, the interest rate will be perfect for people to start purchasing R2 in mass. So I'm very excited about this trajectory for Rivian. This is one of the green flags that just popped out recently. I have not seen any red flags as of yet. That's why I'm remaining steadfast and invested into this company and their management. Another major announcement by Rivian is that AT&T has signed an agreement to purchase Rivian vehicles for the pilot program. AT&T is trying to cut emissions from their company, so they signed up with Rivian to supply all their vehicles in the future. Now, AT&T has a fleet of around 80,000 vehicles, so this is a huge contract for the company. It will most likely not be limited to the EDVs, to the commercial delivery van. It will also include R1Ts, I'm assuming, because these are batteries on wheels. So these technicians from AT&T can take these trucks to work sites and just plug in. Rivian will use AT&T services. They will use their internet services. So connectivity in cars. So if you're gonna have internet in your car, if your car is gonna be a hotspot for internet, it will be provided by AT&T. So I'm assuming some sort of partnership was worked out between these two companies, which I also see as a tremendous positive because AT&T is integral to pretty much infrastructure of this country, infrastructure of internet, infrastructure of data. So it's a very big positive. And once they move on from AT&T, AT&T had 80,000 vehicles that needed to be replaced. Look at the Verizon, look at T-Mobile. You can look at all these other companies that have fleets of thousands of vehicles, and they're just waiting to switch over to electric. And this is where Rivian really comes in with their commercial delivery vans. And I believe the market for EDVs is in the millions and millions of units. So Rivian really has a backlog up to, I believe, year 2030 at least. Unless they do something different by 2030, they might be in trouble. But with R2 coming online, I think it's gonna just bump up that backlog even more. It's gonna create even more millions and millions of vehicles being demanded globally. If you take in Europe, China, United States, Middle East, Basically, all these countries will want millions and millions of units. They're already purchasing millions of units of Tesla. However, they will want these commercial delivery vans and pickup trucks and trucks overall. Now we have another announcement from Rivian CFO. She says fight battery pack structure for R1 EVs coming in 2024. So this is what I mentioned in the beginning. They will be halting their production line following year. I believe after that they will just have a massively huge ramp where all their vehicles will be close to cost or at least sold at cost. We're introducing a new battery as well that very heavily simplifies the battery pack and module structure that we'll be building and takes thousands of dollars of costs out. So these new batteries that will be introduced in Q3, Q2 of the following year will have a huge impact on overall production. So they don't really want to produce hundreds and hundred or 150,000 units before they implement this, because if they produce those units before this implementation, it will cost them millions and millions of dollars in losses. So they're trying to reduce this to get those margins positive to produce these vehicles at cost. The CFO says there will be 3 battery packs, 2 different drive units, and a brand new network architecture. So I believe this is drive-by-wire they will be implementing in their vehicles. This basically means there's a wire controlling all the wheels of a vehicle. It will be extremely sensitive to any movement of the wheel. Also, I'm reading from several other sources that their Driver Plus system is actually improving tremendously with each iteration, with each over-the-year upgrade to the vehicle. I've actually seen videos posted where people claim, at least, I haven't seen the whole video, but they say they've driven for hours and hours on Driver Plus on highways. They had no disengagements. Basically, their entire road trip was done by the car itself. It was driving itself. So their self-driving system is improving. I don't think they're on par with Tesla yet. However, Tesla is taking an AI approach, whereas Rivian is just basically geofencing their Driver Plus. So they're mapping out all the roads and they're basically putting that programming into the vehicle, where Tesla is just using a computer that determines where a car should go. I'll talk to you guys about Cybertruck. I don't really see Tesla Cybertruck as a challenger to Rivian vehicles, mostly because it's just too ultra modern for many consumers. And I think Rivian was, in fact, a little bit ultra modern when it first came out. However, now that the Tesla Cybertruck is out, by comparison, this is a very tame car. So I think a lot of people will just buy and drive R1 nows that Cybertrucks are out, just because by comparison, they won't be looking as silly in the eyes of their friends or peers. So I see the Cybertruck is extreme positive for Rivian. I think it will accelerate their partnerships and build out, just because people have saw the Cybertruck and they're not really that excited. I don't think companies will upgrade their fleets to Cybertruck. I don't think many companies will want that vehicle on the road, just because it's just extremely massive. It's really a passenger vehicle. It's not a commercial vehicle in any sense that I can see. So this is it. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what's been going on with Rivian in the last few weeks. I'm extremely bullish on the company still. I'm not all in on this company. I'm extremely well diversified, as everyone else should be. However, I have full faith in the management and progress of this company. And I think if you can hold it out for one more year, if you can wait out till 2025, 2026, when the ramping is all complete and when the R2 production comes online, I see this company with having extreme potential just to really just take off. I see them hitting $100+ in the next few years easily. And I don't really know when that will happen precisely. That's why I'm just buying and holding. That's the best thing you can do. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Have a great day.